Sergun.
I'm Anveer.
Now our students are going to present The Merchant of the Venice, a classic English literature by William Shakespeare.
It is a timeless tale that captures the essence of human emotions.
Through this performance, we aim to transport you to the world of love, drama, and justice.
So, without any further delay, let's start the performance.
Let's welcome them with a huge round of applause.
My name is Shakespeare William. I own the feather quill. I am the writer most familiar to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am William Shakespeare, an English playwright, poet, actor, and dramatist. The Merchant of the Venice is a comedy which revolves around the life of Antonio, a merchant who takes a loan from Sherlock, a moneylender, to help his friend Bassanio to court Portia. It involves a series of events which will be unveiled by my characters. Moving on to the first scene to meet Antonio, who's deeply in remorse and is accompanied by his friends Salarino and Solanio.
To tell the truth, I don't know why I am so sad. I am tired of being sad, and you say you are tired of it too.
Your mind is focused on the ocean where the merchant ships are sailing.
Any little thing that might make me worry that something bad would happen to my ships would make me sad without a doubt.
It's not my merchandise that is making me sad.
Here comes Bassanio, your most noble relative, along with Lorenzo. Goodbye. I leave you to these friends.
My lord Bassanio, since you found Antonio, I will leave you two alone.
Oh well, Bassanio, now tell me who the lady is that you made an agreement to go on a secret trip.
I owe the most to you, Antonio, with both in money and in love. I know. I can tell you all my plans and plots because we are good friends. There is a lady in Belmont who inherits some riches and is both beautiful and virtuous. Her name is Portia.
Bassanio, you know that all my money has been put into my ships. I have neither any money nor any goods to raise some funds for you. Go, ask anywhere where you can borrow some goods, and so will I.
Bassanio goes to Sherlock, the greedy moneylender of Venice.
Sherlock, I need your help. I come on the behalf of Antonio to take the loan of 3,000 decades
3,000 ducats?
for 3 months. Antonio is a grantor of this loan.
Antonio will?
Had you please agree to give the loan?
Antonio is a good man.
Had you heard anyone saying otherwise for him?
Oh, no. I haven't. I just meant to suggest that he's the sufficient grantor for the loan. May I speak with Antonio?
Here is Mr. Antonio.
I hate him because he lends out money without charging any interest, which forces me to lower the interest rates. I will set some old grudge against him.
Sherlock, are you listening?
Come, let's sign an agreement. If you do not repay me the agreed upon amount of money on the agreed upon day, on the agreed upon place, you will forfeit me 1 pound of your fair flesh to be cut off from any part of your body I choose.
Content in faith. I'll see such a bond in you and say there is much kindness in you.
Why you shall not steal such a bond for me?
Don't worry, I expect to make 9 times of the amount of contract within these 2 months.
Now let's meet the female protagonist, Portia, a rich, beautiful, intelligent heiress of Belmont. The will left by Portia's father instructs that she is not to be married until a suitor guesses correctly which one of the three caskets contain her portrait. Under penalty, if a suitor guesses incorrectly, he will not marry anyone. The caskets symbolize the dominant tendencies prevalent in the human nature. The first suitor is the Prince of Morocco from Africa.
I beg you to lead me to the casket so I can try my luck.
So, one of them has my picture inside, Prince. If you choose right one, then I'm yours.
Which should I choose? I think so choose center one. Oh hell, is this a skull?
The Prince of Morocco failed to win Portia. So the next suitor is the Prince of Aragon, who is in Belmont to try and win Portia's hand in marriage.
Hurry, hurry, please. The Prince of Aragon has won his oath and now comes to make his selection.
Here are the caskets, dear madam.
Here to take the risk, I know the rules. Should I have to choose? I think I have to go third. What's here and portrait of an idiot holding something out different from one of the Portia?
The Prince of Aragon also failed to win Portia. Now Bassanio is in Belmont to try his luck.
Which should I choose? Yes, I have to choose the left. Hey, what do I found here? The great picture of beautiful Portia.
The reason behind Bassanio's successful selection to the lead casket was his wisdom rather than a rich external appearance.
It is now time for those of us who have stood here and seen our wishes true to cry out, good joy, my lord and lady.
Bassanio explains to Portia that he has no wealth of his own, but bought money from Antonio, whose Ventus also failed miserably. Now Sherlock is determined to have Antonio's flesh and has the Duke's help. Sherlock takes Antonio to prison. Bassanio explains all this to Portia. Portia understands the importance of helping Bassanio, rescuing Antonio, and she and Nerissa will go to Venice in disguise to help the beloveds. Now let's move on to the trial scene.
How can you offer mercy if you don't share yourself? I have bought the pound of flesh that I demanded. It's mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, your law means nothing, and there is no power to legal agreements in Venice. I have the power to dismiss court, unless Valerio, a learned doctor of law, comes here by today. Where is this man?
Here's the man waiting nearby to hear whether you will let him into the court.
All my heart.
The letter says that Valerio is too sick to come, but is sending a young doctor of Rome called Balassa to oversee the trial. Portia then arrives disguised as Balassa.
Welcome. Are you familiar with the different sides of cases?
Is your name Sherlock?
Sherlock is my name.
You are at his mercy, aren't you? Do you confess that you have broken the agreement? Then Sherlock must be merciful.
Why must I? Tell me.
Mercy is not something one is supposed to practice. It falls like a gentle rain from sky. It's a doubly blessed thing. It blesses both the person showing mercy and the person receiving mercy. We pray to God, and the same prayer should teach us all to show mercy to others.
My deeds are my responsibilities. I want the law to be upheld, the penalty in which he must forfeit because of the loan.
Can he not pay the money back?
Yes, I have money for him, even in the court for twice.
Have some surgeon on call nearby, Sherlock, to stop Antonio's womb so he doesn't bleed to death.
Is it in the contract? I can't fight it in the contract. It is not in the contract.
You merchant, do you have anything to say?
Give me your hand, Bassanio. Farewell, don't grieve. Because I have fallen to this misfortune on your behalf. Speak well of me, your honorable wife.
Yes, I am married to my wife, who is as dear as me. I know I would able to sacrifice all the things to rescue you.
Your wife wouldn't be happy to hear that if she were around to hear you make that offer, and you must cut the flesh off his breast.
Such a wise judge. The right sentence. Come, get ready.
Hold on, there's something else. This agreement doesn't give you any drop of blood. The words are pound of flesh, so take your pound of flesh. But if cutting it off you shed one drop of blood, your lands and good will be confiscated by the state of Venice.
Then I hope the devil gets him for this. I will not stay here any longer to argue.
Wait, the court has another requirement of you. It is enacted in the law of Venice if a foreigner is proved directly or indirectly attempted to kill the citizen against whom he plotted will get half of the goods, and the other half will be confiscated by the state. On your knees then, and beg for Duke's mercy.
If it pleases my lord, the duke, and the rest of the court, I content of give up half his wealth so I can invest it, and upon his death give it to a gentleman who loves his daughter.
I pardon your life. Even before you ask, the half of your wealth belongs to Antonio, another goes to state, and may be reduced to a simple fine if you show humanity.
Yes, money due to state cannot be reduced, but money due to Antonio.
He will do this, or else I will take back the pardon that is just pronounced here. Antonio, thank this gentleman.
As a token of your gratitude, I will take your ring. I won't take anything else.
Take this remembrance of a gift, not a payment.
Portia then welcomes Bassanio and Antonio. Lorenzo then reveals that Bassanio gave his ring away. Bassanio tries to get Portia to understand why he gave his ring away, but Portia is not satisfied. She then gives him another ring.
By the heaven of God, I got the same ring as lawyer had taken away.
So here is the letter. Read it when you can. In the letter, you will read that Portia was a lawyer and Nisa was a clerk. Antonio, you are most welcome here. I have even a better news in the store for you than you expect. That 3 of your ships suddenly came into the harbor full of riches.
The lesson we learn from the Merchant of the Venice is that one must always help others in any critical situation and show mercy to them. Hope you all like the show.
Thank you.
Yes, really a merciful performance showing that harness can't win